All service users should have individual personal emergency evacuation plans on how to evacuate. These demonstrate 1. The level of assistance required, 2. The specific equipment required to evacuate the service user, and 3. The location of such equipment. These assessments are located in the red folders at the fire panels and on each floor. These files also contain the evacuation procedure and information for the entire care centre. They provide information on the name of the service user, their date of birth, bedroom number and floor allocation, the level of risk from high to low, the location of equipment, i.e. a ski sledge on the bed, and the number of staff required to move the service user. There are 3 dependency criteria for evacuation. High risk criteria, or red light, medium risk, or amber light, and low risk, or green light. The high risk criteria service users' care or condition creates the high dependence on care staff to assist with all aspects of their activities of daily living, and without assistance, to evacuate them would prove potentially threatening. High-risk service users are on an airflow mattress or require hoisting equipment for moving and handling. For vertical and horizontal evacuation, the service user needs assistance by a carer and the ski sledge. The evacuation system should be used for all service users within this risk factor. For vertical and horizontal evacuation, any service user within your care centre who has the classification of bariatric nursing must be nursed on the ground floor of your home. The equipment recommended for these high-risk service users are, for the profiler bed, a green evacuation sledge, ProPad. For the airflow mattress, a red parachute type underlay. Note that there are 2 sizes, one to fit an 8-inch mattress and one to fit a 6-inch mattress. There will also be a new product which will be available from SunChoice Europe, an airflow mattress which has an integral evacuation pad built in. In the medium risk criteria, or amber light, the level of mobility is impaired, and regardless of their independent mobility, service users are not physically able to leave the premises without assistance of staff. These are service users who may require wheelchairs or assistance of one or more staff members to assist with mobility. They may have a catheter, a sensory impairment, or other factors which limit independent mobility. Service users in this criteria might have a limited ability to follow a direct instruction or have poor recognition of an evacuation point and cannot evacuate without the assistance of care staff. For horizontal evacuation, the service user should be able to be assisted using a wheelchair or to be assisted to the mobiles independently with support and reassurance from care staff. For vertical evacuation, the amber light service user needs assistance by care staff to go down the stairs. If not able, a ski sled should be used to aid vertical evacuation. The equipment recommended for these medium-risk service users are, for the profiler bed, a green evacuation sledge, ProPad. For the divan and hospital bed, a pinky grey evacuation sledge, ProPad. In the low risk or green light criteria, the service user's level of mobility is not impaired in any way, and they are physically able to leave the premises without assistance of staff. If they experience some mobility problems, they require limited guidance or assistance from another person. These service users should be freely mobile or use a mobility aid independently and can follow instruction. For horizontal evacuation, the service user should be able to walk independently with instruction. For vertical evacuation, the service user should be able to walk independently with instruction, negotiating the stairs with no difficulty. We will now show the equipment in situ. Bedroom 1 has a profiler bed with a green fire evacuation ProPad. This device is fitted as follows. The 2 end flaps fit under the bottom mattress, which help to secure its position on the bed. Please note that the labelled strap seals should be checked weekly to ensure that they have not been compromised. These should have been signed and dated. Bedroom 2 has a divan bed with the pinky grey fire evacuation ProPad in situ. This product is fitted in the same manner as a green ProPad. The two end flaps fit under the bottom mattress, which help to secure its position on the bed. Note the labelled strap seals, which should be checked weekly to ensure that they have not been compromised. These also should have been signed and dated. The same applies for a hospital bed. Bedroom 3 has an airflow mattress with a red fire evacuation underlay below it in preparation for use. Note the strap labels, which again should be checked every week. These should be signed and dated. Bedroom 4 has a new design of airflow mattress, which should be available in the near future. The flaps go under the 2-inch underlay mattress, and the rules for this product are the same as those that apply to the fire evacuation ProPads. Please note that records must be kept on ProPad strap labelling. On activation of the fire alarm, one nominated member of staff from each floor or unit should go to the main fire panel. Catering staff, laundry staff, domestic staff, maintenance person, administrator and activities organiser should also meet at the main fire panel, along with the home manager, responsible person, and/or the competent person. All other staff should ensure that all the fire doors have closed, reassure the service users, if possible contain the service users and visitors in one area, and await instructions from the competent person to evacuate. The competent person, wearing a high visibility vest, takes control and identifies the location of the fire by looking at the fire panel, ensures that the fire and rescue service have been called, directs the staff on the horizontal or full evacuation plan, which will include vertical evacuation, after which staff return to the floor or unit, and all staff commence horizontal evacuation as directed by the competent person. How to use the fire evacuation devices. Take the flaps from under the ProPad and reposition, one over the pillow and one tucked into the bottom pocket. Release the straps at the end of the equipment for use. Now release the straps around the bed. Wrap the service user's feet in the bedding and place in the pocket at the bottom of the ProPad. Fasten the straps over the legs and tighten. Fasten the straps across the chest, ensuring that the service user's arms are over the straps. With one carer at the top and the other at the bottom, grasp the straps of the ProPad and cross them ready for turning. Now in a controlled manner, turn the ProPad so that the service user's feet are up facing the door. The carer at the foot end moves backward, bringing the ProPad to the floor. The carer at the head end lets go of the straps. This move should be controlled and the base of the ProPad should be touching the floor, ensuring smooth movement with no impact. The second carer now comes to the foot end. With the strap still in the crossed position, both carers take one strap each and head backwards towards the door, pulling the ProPad. Remember, the door will be closed. Keeping the straps crossed will make it easier to negotiate through narrow spaces. To pull the ProPad along a corridor, place the long strap over your shoulder and grasp the short handle with your hand. If you are shorter in stature, place the long strap over your head to the opposite shoulder. Now lean into the straps, taking the weight on your legs. By leaning into the pull and keeping your back straight, the weight of the load is more evenly distributed. If you don't do this, the bottom of the pad will rise off the floor, making the equipment more difficult to handle. To take the equipment down a staircase, bring the ProPad to the top of the stairs, walking down as far as you can go, keeping hold of the long straps. Lean forward and gently pull. When the legs are over the end of the stairs, gravity will then bring the ProPad down. To control the pad, lift the end up and it will slow. For a controlled descent, two people grasp the bottom handles, which should be crossed, lift the end of the ProPad and walk steadily downstairs. All of the evacuation devices for beds work on the same principle. However, if using the red parachute underlays for airflow mattresses, take into consideration that the airflow will only maintain pressure for 7 to 9 minutes. A vertical evacuation must always be carried out for people nursed above the ground floor when using this product. Always remember to connect the airflow tubes from the box mechanism together.